All right, so you're looking to go down to Patagonia, specifically Chilean Patagonia to Torres del Paine National Park. Well, I've been there 2 times and I want to fill you in on what I know. First time is back in 2015 here, doing the WA trek with a bunch of friends. And the second time was a solo trip doing the O circuit by myself, most recently in 2022. So today's video, I'm gonna jump into the top 10 things that I think you should know before you go down to Torres del Paine National Park in Chilean Patagonia. Number 10. So the first thing I think you should know is that be aware of strikes. When I went down in 2015, we didn't have any problems, but most recently in 2022, all the national park rangers in Chile, specifically in Torres del Paine National Park, were on a strike. So how did that affect us? Basically, it affected us that a lot of the bathrooms are closed in some of the spots, specifically in the entrance, as well as they tried barricading certain trails, certain senderos, so you could not go up to the top. People kind of walked around those, but note that there was no kind of rescue services, as well as certain facilities were closed because of the strikes in Torres del Paine National Park. Number 9, I would say if you're looking to go down there, a little bit more adventurous and a little bit more of a seasoned hiker, not just a beginner, do the O circuit versus the W circuit. I'm gonna have a video linked here as a comparison of the two and my experience most recently in 2022 doing the O circuit.
Really heavy, just took the shortcut.
Got a waterfall going out onto the glacier. I did 2015 here, back with the W with my friends in a group trip. But overall, I would say go for the O. It's a lot more adventurous, a lot more remote, and you will not regret it. And specifically, I went in the very beginning of the season in November. Less people, yes, a little more of a wet ground from the snow runoff, but totally worth doing the O. Number 8, make sure you pay for your food on site. Yes, you could choose to bring a lot of the food and save some money, which is what I did. That's what we did in 2015 with my group doing the W. But especially if you're doing the O, I think if you can afford it, carry less weight in your pack and pay for things when you get to each of the refugios. As you go through the different campsites there, you will definitely see some good amount of stuff, some prepared food, some beans, some rice. But I would definitely say carry less weight and you'll be happier in the end. Number 7, power bank is your best friend. Whether you have Anchor brand or something else, make sure you have that. You're gonna charge up your phone for videos and photos. Maybe you wanna charge up your Garmin device or maybe something else. And note there are power points in the mess areas, in each of the refugios. There's a lot of people and there's only a few power points. So having a power bank will save you and you make sure you can get all those amazing videos and photos to share with your family and friends or on social media after your hike. Number 6, you can plan or you can book your trip on some of the local websites, which I'll link down below here. But having known from doing that in 2015 and now coming back again in 2022, it is a lot easier to book on here, PATAGONIABooking.com, not sponsored, but I went here because it's so much easier. You don't have to go back, forth, comparing the two websites to kind of chart out your bookings, especially if you're doing the O circuit. You're gonna have more campsites to book. So much easier on PATAGONIABooking.com. Yes, you'll pay the fees, you could say here, but if you can afford that and time is money for you, or time is peace of mind, I would say book on PATAGONIABooking.com for your trip. Makes things so much easier. Number 5, go in the early season if you can. If you're doing the W trek, you could start even earlier, going in October. This O circuit, you gotta start November 1st, but completely worth it. Way less people. Yes, the weather might be a little bit iffy back and forth, but we actually had all days of sun, no rain. Yes, there's a lot of snow runoff, but it's not that bad. You get a little bit of wet, your stuff dries that night. So it's like go early season if you can. Do not go in December and January if you can help it. If you can't, definitely book earlier, but you're gonna have to deal with a lot of the crowds, all the locals, as well as the foreigners, going during that peak season down here in Patagonia. Number 4, credit cards are accepted in Torres del Paine National Park. Obviously make sure with your bank they know you're abroad so you're gonna have any lockout. But as far as going to the park, I know I brought some cash and some cards, but it turned out that I could pay with either plastic or cash for the local wine, the local beer, or the food for dinner that night, or just some snacks. So all that worked out, so know you can pay with plastic or cash when hiking the W trek or the O trek in Torres del Paine National Park. 3, you can buy meals in Torres del Paine National Park or when you're planning before that in Puerto Natales.
So this is what we got out here. Bread.
But I would say the variety is not that great. Speaking to other Americans out there or other Yankees, when I looked at what they had a lot more options for dehydrated meals. So bring meals from the USA or from Europe, wherever you are from, that'll give you some more variety while on trail. Hey everybody, if you're finding value in today's video, please subscribe down below, smash the like button as well, leave some comments, and also share it with a friend if they might also be looking to go down to Patagonia, a bucket list destination to enjoy Chilean Patagonia. And also note the Argentina playlist right here. There's a ton of information about hiking the Puerto Moreno glaciers you can see here, as well as living in Buenos Aires and exploring all of Argentina. Now let's jump back into the video. Number 2, when you're getting towards Las Torres, whatever part of your trip it's on, if you're doing the W or the O circuit, I would say be the first one up there.
All right, it's about 3 a.m. here at Chileno Campamento, and just got the bag all packed right here and headed out for the hike to Las Torres.
And just started chugging up the mountain. It was a great exercise, got up there first, there was nobody around.
4:16 a.m., made it to the top right here in front of the Laguna. I'm gonna pop myself on this rock. Let me do a little stretching and wait for the sun to come up.
Unfortunately, that morning we didn't have the best sunrise, but it was cool to be up there with my snacks, to be up there and make a coffee early and just chill. And as you all know, if you're in Torres National Park, that is it. That is the money shot, going up to Las Torres to get that morning sunrise when you're up there. So my first point and the number one piece of advice I would say in hiking the W or the O at Torres National Park is be early.
Leaving Dixon Campamento here and headed to Los Perros.
Get to the campsite first. These are the 3 reasons why. 1, you can have first dibs on where you put your tent, which when that's your home, that's really important, as with the direction of the wind is facing, where the sun's coming through, you wanna have a good spot. The second reason is you can plug in your stuff to charge up your phone, charge up your power bank, so you have more juice for the following day, whether it's for your GPS or getting photo and video, such for this YouTube video here. And the third point is first dibs on the shower. In some spots, you only had 1 and 1, 1 male, 1 female. Other spots, maybe you had 2 or 3 showers. But when there's 40, 50, 60 plus people, even in a November point in time, you wanna get in there first. Time everybody else is arriving at the campsite, you'll be clean, chilling out, having a snack, and you'll be happy, at least in my opinion. Hey everybody, if you really enjoyed today's video, also check out these videos here, which I think you'll also enjoy. There's a bunch of videos about going to Puerto Moreno Glacier in Argentina and Patagonia, as well as a whole Argentina playlist. Checking out areas in Ushuaia, living in Buenos Aires, what that is like for a Yankee or a North Americano like myself, and a ton of information that I think will really help you out if you are looking to explore more of Patagonia in general, more of South America in general, and not just Chile, but also Argentina. And if you guys have been here before, you know what to do to the next video. Do not forget to explore more, and I'll see you there.